I thought we programmed you not to curse. Samantha, have you gotten to do anything in Vegas? Have you been out and about? And I mean, allow me to rephrase. How many times have you seen Thunder from Down Under? Because I know you have that frequent flyer card. And
Well, the problem was I only arrived this morning and they weren't open yet. So 6 o'clock.
Yeah, the 10th dance is free on the. You get that card.
I have a punch card.
Indeed you do. All right, ladies. I'm out of here. Samantha Smith, everybody.
They always leave.
Well, you're talking about Thunder from Down Under. It's just dirty.
They couldn't get off the stage fast enough. Hi, Vegas! Okay, let's all be honest. Who here has already gambled? Slot machines?
Yeah.
Craps? That's my thing. I can't even remember how to play, but I'll give them all my money. Blackjack? Ow! I'm terrible at blackjack. I'm like, cards here, here's my money. And you know what I've never played is roulette. Who knows how to play roulette? Do you just give them your money?
Yeah.
Red or black? Red is $5, black is also $5 or 50. Yeah, that's basically you just put it down and roll the dice and give them your money, right?
It's the ball.
What game can you win? That's the one I want.
Let it ride.
Poker also.
Let it ride. The dealer works with you.
Okay, let it ride.
Basically, you work on the dealer's cards and once you have it.
In poker? You say let it ride? Does that make me sound like I know what I'm doing?
I won every time I played it.
I'll be at roulette. Let it ride. And they're going to be like, security? It's so sad. What else can you gamble on? I know anything. Games. What are the games? That sounds painful. Okay. I think you said plush, like Stone Temple Pilots.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. Okay, all right.
Keno.
Okay, we'll take all this under advisement.
That's like my skill level.
It's just easier to walk in and give them my money, honestly. We have 4 questions. Okay, hi.
Hi. I'm so happy to see you again. I hung out with you in Toronto and it was awesome.
Yes, it was. Awesome.
Yes.
A pie.
High five.
Air 5.
And I will see you Saturday.
Woohoo. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yes. So my question is, I've actually been asking everyone this question so far today.
Okay.
What I would like to know is, what scene did you have the most fun shooting on the show?
Ever?
Ever.
Good Lord. God, I hear all the clicking and now I'm nervous. Let's see. We could go all the way back to the first couple seasons. It was fun and also awful to film me being like 30 years older. Remember, there was an episode where Dean was in a genie mind meld. And that was really fun, like being mom boss. Except for like they kept painting wrinkles and stuff on me, and I'd walk my chair and look in the mirror and be like, that was challenging. But that was fun. And then there was a lot from season 12 that was really fun, like all the kicky, punchy, shooty, drivey fighting.
Punching Lucifer in the face?
Punching Lucifer was a highlight, I'm not gonna lie. But then he punches back. Less fun. The man is really a boxer, and he is not small. They don't grow them small on this show. So I'm charging up there, like, and he just goes, and I'm like, no, I'm just kidding. We're friends, right? Punching Lucifer's, he got me back though. A bunch of, like, really dismissive backhand slap. I'm like, really? God. Yeah, but all the beating up catch was pretty fun. you can tell David, I said so.
Funner than sleeping with him?
Better than sleeping with him, yes.
Who's to say they didn't both
Except that he
have it?
cheated and used the zapper at the end of our fight, so that was less fun as well. But yeah, like brass knuckles, kicking, all that stuff. That was that was Richard who directed that. That fight took an entire day to film. Literally, it was like a cage match. My stunt girl got injured. I had whiplash. Like, it was a disaster. But David was fine. So yes, so maybe the sum total of all the fighting. I liked driving too, except for the one time. It was terrible. So there was an episode last year where Dean and Sam are trapped in federal prison, and Castiel and I eventually find them, and so we're in my really super subtle electric blue Dodge Charger, and I'm driving, and I've got Jared, Jensen, and Misha in the car. And it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and we're in the dark, out in some park somewhere, and I have to drive around, and it's pouring rain. And I have to drive around a corner, and I have to stop on the bridge when Billy takes all the power, right? But getting up to it, they're like, okay. So the car wrangler guy and the director, they're like, okay, so what you're gonna do is, as you approach the bridge, here's your mark where you have to stop. So your front left tire has to stop on that tape. But as you come up, your engine has to die. So we're not gonna actually turn off the engine, but you're gonna start flickering the lights and then turn them off and coast to a stop on the tape. And I'm like, do I look like Evel Knievel? But of course I'm like, sure, no problem. It's good. So they have me back up the car, like 100 yards around this turn. So I back it up, and then, they back it up for me, and then they're like, no, go back like another 10 feet. So we back up another 10 feet, and they go, and there's a walkie-talkie in the car. And action, I'm like, okay, hit the gas, go backwards. Yeah, lady driver. Just use your little imagination and find out how forgiving the 3 boys in the car were about that. I still haven't been allowed to drive with any of them in the car. I did a scene with Misha, and they used my stunt driver. But she really had to stunt drive. I mean, they were lovely, but anyone who's ever driven with Jensen in Baby, Jesus, I don't have a seatbelt. You're fine. He's like, what? They wanted to go fast. I'm like, they didn't say fishtail 7 times. We were leaving a gas station. I don't know if there was a scene where I'm in the car and I'm like, turkey bacon jerky or whatever it was. And he's like, all right, let's hit it. And we crank the radio and he goes, and we've got like this street through the middle of town, and there's all these side streets like where people live. And they've got them all locked down with PAs, like blocking so nobody gets killed, including us. Well, they missed one street. And we go bat out of hell down this little, like, middle of Vancouver little town street, like the gas station, a couple stores. This person goes, and Jensen's like, doesn't even use the other hand. He's just like, doesn't move, doesn't take his foot off the gas. And I'm like, foot on the dash, like, and he's like, yeah, somebody should have locked up that street. I'm happy to let them do the driving, but I'm going to petition for a seatbelt. Just saying. The man is insane. Oh, she left. Because that was the longest answer in history. Hi. Hi, beautiful. How are you? I'm well. How are you?
I'm good.
You can call me that anytime.
My question for you is, because Mary Winchester has loomed so large over the mythology of
Yes,
Supernatural, were you nervous about coming back, and has Mary's storyline gone the way you expected or thought it might upon learning that you were getting the opportunity to come back and really flesh out the character?
That's a good question. I was just saying before, I was like, you know, from being alive for the first 90 seconds of the pilot and having been dead since, this was all unexpected. I never expected to come back at all. You know, Eric Kripke, we're sitting out there in our big parkas filming, because in LA it gets down to like 55 degrees. And we're in our parkas sitting outside, you know, where I die, I burn up, that one, the house is on fire. And he's like, oh yeah, but because it's Supernatural, we'll totally bring you back. And I'm like, they always say that. And literally like 10 episodes in or something, they brought me back. And since then, every time was a surprise, but always like something different. I never played just Mary. It was like Mean Mary, Hallucination Mary, Eve Mary, Memory. Like it was always like some variety of the same, but except for that one time in heaven where I was like, I always hated you. Like that was not so nice. And Eve, of course, but I wasn't really me. I was a different character. Mary's always been like, oh, nightgown, you know, which is pink, not white, by the way. I know. So when they called me at the end, and they called me around this time of season 11, and they were like, do you want to be in the finale? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm so glad they're having me back. This show's been on so long. I bet they'll bring back John. Because I've always said the only way I could come back at that point, I was like, they've done everything. I mean, unless they bring me back as a Lilliputian, I don't know how else they could bring me back. And so I was like, yeah, that's great, of course. And so I was at a barbecue at Todd Aronauer's house, who was the post-producer. I was like, dude, I'm going back for the finale. I can't believe it's over. And he's like, it's not over. I was like, well, but I'm going to be in the finale. He's like, season finale, and you're back next year. I'm like, okay, well, wait, what? I was like, yeah, at least a few episodes. I'm like, why? What am I going to be doing? Do I have to wear the nightgown? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, I'm leaving the show. I'm going somewhere else. I'm like, well, find out everything you can. So I go and I shoot the finale and in the nightgown. And I'm like, so what's happening? They're like, we're not sure. I'm like, they're so secretive. So they call me, and literally we're supposed to start filming the second week of July. They call me at like the third week of June. Actually, they emailed me. Phil Secretary like, hey Sam, how much fight training have you had? Talk to you soon. And I'm like, well, I used to fight with my sister. Does that count? So they're like, well, we want to send you to fight training. I'm like, I'm going on vacation. They're like, okay, where? Go do fight training there. I'm like, well, I have like a week before I leave. So they send over these 2 Krav Maga instructors to my yard. They bring their mats and like boxing gloves. So I'm trying to learn Krav Maga in my backyard. My kid's at the window, like. And my husband's like, I can't watch. Because I was so bad. They're like, okay, here's your fight stance. And I'm like, it's good, right? I'm a natural, right? And the guy was like, and his assistant was like, we're out there for like 3 hours. Because really the goal was to flip Jensen, right? That first when in the field, when he comes at me and I flip him over. So I just did this one thing over and over and over. It was like this arm grab, and I turn, hit him with my hip and flip him over my shoulder. we get there, it's 10 o'clock at night, it's raining, again. And they're like, yeah, we're not gonna do that. Can you do this armbar twist? I'm like, again, who is it you think I am? I'm flattered, but I'm gonna hurt somebody. And I did, I ended up kicking Jensen in the jaw. He was very forgiving. Apparently it happens all the time. He gets punched and he's just like...
Could have been worse.
He's like made of rock or something, I don't know. And very patient. So, as any of you who have ever seen my panels will know already, I tend to digress and forget the question. Oh, where my character went, right. So I come back and they're like, so why didn't you know? Am I going to be like vacuuming the bunker and carrying cookies? Or am I going to be old school fighting Mary? I had no idea. So when I got the fighting training memo, and then they sent me to like shooting lessons, and I wish they sent me to driving school. That would have been fun. I would have been less likely to accidentally leave the car in reverse. But yes, so as far as am I happy with the way the character went, it is a dream role now. Like, Mary was always great, and she was complex and complicated, especially once we knew her history. But now, what I get to play, all my career, people are like, who do you want to be? I'm like, Lara Croft! And they're like, that's cute. That will never happen. And now I'm Lara Croft! Right? More clothes than Lara Croft. And I don't have Desert Eagle pistols. But I do have my own machete. So yes, I'm thrilled. I love it. I'm not sure if I can ever do another part after this, because I'll be like, why am I wearing high heels? I'm not wearing a suit. Where's my fake FBI badge? No? Okay, not doing it. So we'll see what happens.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. You've been very patient standing there that whole time. I will go on.
Hi. I just have to, you look lovely. I love that jacket.
Oh, thank you.
I wanted to ask, you don't have to give any spoilers, obviously, but...
No, because they kill you if you do that.
Right. So...
For real. And they can't bring you back.
If, as a mother and as someone who plays Mary Winchester, what would you like, if it was you writing it, what would you like Mary to say to Sam and Dean when she finally gets to reunite with her sons, especially knowing everything that's gone on and what Sam feels like after not really having much of a relationship with his mom? As a mom, what would you want to say to Sam and Dean when you see them?
When and if that's a good question. Make your bed. This kitchen's a mess. I don't think that Mary's ever told them she's proud of them, but she is. I think that they have, right before she accidentally fell into the alternate universe, I felt like they had come to an understanding of none of us are who we maybe expected each other to be, but now we're okay accepting it and loving them through it, whoever we are, especially them towards me. And it's expected, right? Like, Mary was this canonized figure in their minds. Sam didn't have not much of a relationship. He had none. He was 6 months old when she died, so he didn't even know what she looks like, except for like a couple pictures. So he had to have had this imagination, this very specific picture of who she is. And judging by a lot of the tweets I get and the Tumblr blogs entitled "Mary Must Die," I'm guessing that some of the audience didn't expect her to be the way she is either. But what I love most, I love Mary, and I understand her choices. So when she left, when she came back, when she was fighting with the men of letters, when she was doing all these things that sent the boys into orbit, she was doing her best. And a mom is a human, not some perfect picture. And she has to do what she thinks is right, not what's popular. So I think that she would thank them for accepting her for who she is, because it feels like that is what was happening. And you know, she missed them while she's in the alternate universe. She thinks about them a lot, and she hopes that she can kill Lucifer once and for all. He's really tall. And oh, by the way, Mark Pellegrino is actually a boxer. So you come at him and you're like, he just kind of. He's a tough adversary. Thank you.
Hi. So my question is, what advice do you think season 13 Mary would give Mary from the pilot?
Oh, from the pilot?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Before she died.
Yeah. Maybe stay in bed. And forgive yourself. Well, it depends. Is she giving? Okay. All these mind-bending questions. What's your advice to Mary of the pilot?
I don't know.
Literally, because maybe she would just gently remind her, listen, so these angels, they wiped your memory, but a lot of crap went down. Be prepared and don't get out of bed. Or don't leave Sam in the nursery. But then you guys wouldn't have your guys. Right? Yeah. And then you would be even madder at Mary. She can't take much more. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
Yeah.
My question is, do you still feel like a mom to the brothers outside of the show?
Not so much a mom. I feel more like their big sister. I'm feeling pretty maternal towards Alex, though. He is so cute. He's just... He's like an astonishing young man. Like, smart and classy and well-mannered and interesting. And he's a great kid. He's great. And I feel very, like... It's very hard to feel maternal towards... But I do. I feel like their big sister because I am the boss of them. Thank you. You might not want to tell them I said that.
Hey, I was
Hi.
just wondering, what monster of the week would you want to fight with Mary?
Oh. Let's see. Me or would Mary want to fight, you mean?
Either.
I don't want to fight any vampires. They're really unattractive. The Rugurus were pretty gross too. Although I had that ray gun, that was helpful. They didn't get the goo on me. I like ghosts are cool because you get to shoot a rock pellet salt gun and just slash at them with fireplace pokers. I don't know. Werewolves are too scary. I don't know. What would be a good monster to fight?
What? My wife's looking at me, and I looked over, and everything went blank for like 3 seconds.
You totally thought you were in trouble, didn't you?
I was like, oh, what am I doing?
Was she giving you the stink eye? Where is she? Okay. Is he in trouble? Okay.
Very confused.
Well, look, he's a smart man. He looked at you, and he wanted to make sure everything was good. The whole world went away. He's like, what? Hey? What monster should Mary fight?
You should fight the Tooth Fairy.
The Tooth Fairy?
Yeah. I think they should bring the fairies back and have Mary fight.
I did love that episode with the dream. Was the Tooth Fairy? Oh, the Tooth Fairy was a monster? That wasn't like the Imaginary Friends episode? All right, well, Mary can take them all, so. With one hand tied behind her back.